Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of College Ball with J-Dog. Today, we're going to talk about the egregious college football playoff rankings. I'm going to give you my college football playoff, the top 12, not top 25 like the committee gave you. I'm going to give you my SEC team and quarterback rankings. Hype was asked about Javon McCoy. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the Lady Vols' heartbreaking loss, NC State yesterday. So y'all lock in with me. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment on the video. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's pull these playoff rankings up here. They're egregious, y'all. I mean, let's just be honest. They're absolutely egregious. First up, we're going to start at the bottom. Tennessee at 25. We got 3 losses. I'm not going to complain about that too much. Then you got Pittsburgh, Washington, Missouri, Michigan, Iowa, USC, Miami at 18. That's one of my talking points. USC at 17. No, USC, sorry. Georgia Tech at 17. Vanderbilt at 16. Louisville 15. Virginia 14. Utah 13. Oklahoma 12. Texas 11. Notre Dame at 10. Oregon all the way down at 9. Texas Tech, BYU, Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama, A&M, Indiana, Ohio State. First thing, let's just get it out of the way. Once again, it looks like strength of schedule didn't make a flying fuck. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Strength of schedule does not mean shit. Yet we still got the SEC. It's so stupid. They're going to go to 9 games next year and screw themselves out of even more playoff bids. If strength of schedule mattered, Vandy would not be below 1 loss Louisville or 1 loss Virginia. Virginia's best team they played is Louisville. Besides that, they don't have a ranked team on their schedule so far. Georgia Tech hasn't played a ranked team all year. You got teams like Missouri, Vandy, that have played 3-4 ranked teams this year, are getting punished for it. Notre Dame started the season 0-2. One of them losses is the 2-loss Miami at 18. They always talk about head-to-head. Miami's got 1 loss to Louisville. And Louisville's so good that they're ranked 13th. Or 15th, sorry. Their other loss to SMU on the road. Their first road game of the year, which is something else to talk about. Miami played in SMU last week, and week 10 was the first time they left the state of Florida. Okay. You got 2 teams with similar records. One of them's ranked 18th, one of them ranked 10th. But yet, all you've heard the last 3 or 4 years, head-to-head matters. Head-to-head matters. Teams with similar records, head-to-head matters. No, it matters when you lose. That's why Notre Dame schedules their schedule like they do. They play their tough games first 2 or 3 weeks. That way they know if they lose them, they can run through the rest of their cupcake schedule and get in the playoffs at 10-2. Another thing I have a problem with is most of these SEC teams, 2-loss SEC teams, like Missouri, being behind Michigan, Iowa, USC, What's USC's biggest win? Michigan. What's Michigan's biggest win? Nebraska or USC. Michigan beat USC. USC beat Nebraska. USC don't even have a ranked win. But yet they're sitting at what? 19? And Missouri's at 22. The Big 12 is another talking point I want to talk about. The head of the committee, Baylor athletic director. You've got BYU at 8, 7. BYU at 7. Texas Tech at 8. That's 2 Big 12 teams. And what everybody knows is the weakest conference in the country in the playoffs right now. Then you got Utah sitting at 13, right on the outside. I mean, what do we do? I get BYU. They're undefeated. They haven't played nobody, but they're undefeated. Texas Tech, if you're a one-loss Big 12 team, you should not be ahead of 2-loss SEC teams. I'm sorry. You shouldn't. They all talked all that shit for this season started, y'all. That strength of schedule was going to matter. But yeah, here we are. Once again, strength of schedule don't matter. Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, all have way better wins than Indiana or Ohio State. And hell, even Oregon. Oregon ain't played nobody. But they lost to Indiana by 10. But yeah, they're sitting behind a one-loss Texas Tech team. Make it make sense, y'all. What do y'all think about these playoff rankings? I think they're absolute garbage. They need to find a different way to do these playoff rankings, y'all. Last year, you had Ward Manuel from Michigan, athletic director, whose football team was under investigation for cheating, for sign stealing. He ran the committee. Ohio State loses to Michigan last game of the year. They dropped from 3 to 7. A Michigan team that needed that win to make a bowl game. Then you got Tennessee goes to Georgia. A team that ends up getting a first round bye and loses. And they drop 7 spots on the road at Georgia. We dropped 7 spots. But Ohio State loses to a Michigan team that is barely bowl eligible and drops 4 spots. This year, they got a Big 12 guy in there. And look how high these Big 12 teams are ranked. I just don't get it. If strength of schedule is not going to matter, Greg Sankey needs to grow his balls back and say, forget non-conference games. Why would we make our schedule harder when it don't matter what our strength of schedule is? You got Notre Dame that plays 2 good teams a year and the rest is freaking scrubs. They're going to make the playoffs every year because they got an easy schedule. Even Indiana, and I think Indiana's a really good team this year. They played Oregon. That's it. They played Iowa, too. Iowa's not no top-tier team. Iowa's a really good defense. Terrible offense like they've always been. Ohio State, so far, they played Texas and Washington. Oregon's played Indiana. That's it. These Big 12 teams have only played each other, basically. ACC sucks too. The Big Ten's second best conference, but after those first 3 or 4 teams, they ain't shit. Yeah, here we are again. Seeing these other conferences get favored that play these shitty schedules, while the SEC just sits back and beats themselves up in the hardest conference in America and gets punished for it. All off season. Oh, we got this new strength of schedule metric. It's going to make a big difference. It didn't do shit. Because the 5-3 Tennessee team with losses to your number 4, number 5, and number 12 team, one of those by 3 points in overtime, one of them by 6 points, should be ranked above some of these 2-loss teams that ain't freaking played nobody. We got to quit acting like all these schedules are made equal in college football, y'all. Just like Josh Pate said. In some cases, you're not what your record says you are. A 7-1 freaking Virginia team is not even equivalent to really a 5-4 SEC team. I think Mississippi State would beat Virginia's ass in a game. I truly do. I got a graphic I'm going to pull up tomorrow that shows you the disparity and how these teams are perceived, y'all. It just blows my mind every year. I know Tennessee should probably be ranked like 20th in my eyes. I'm not saying they should be a top 10 team, but those rankings are egregious. Which part of those rankings do y'all think is the worst? I think Notre Dame already being back up to 10 is crazy. With the schedule they play, that's how you know strength of schedule don't matter. BYU and Texas Tech being above Oregon. Why? I don't know, y'all. Let's move on. I'm getting fired up. Let me show you what my top 12 would look like in the playoffs. By the way, on those rankings, Memphis ain't even on there, but guess what? They're in. Virginia's the highest ranked ACC team. So they're in. Therefore, Texas at 11, Oklahoma at 12. They're not in. They're on the outside looking out. So Virginia would get the 11 seed. Memphis get the 12 seed. So in reality, Texas and Oklahoma are the first 2 teams out. I should have threw that in there while I had the graphic up. We know. Let's move on. My college football top 12. Let me know what you think about mine compared to the committees. I put Virginia and Memphis on there because I have to do it. I even have BYU and Texas Tech up there. But I've got Texas at 8, Ole Miss at 7, Oregon at 6, A&M at 5, Georgia 4, Bama 3, Indiana 2, Ohio State 1. That's just how I would rank what they've got. My true rankings, I'd have BYU up there. I'd drop Texas Tech out and probably put Vandy or Oklahoma in there. It'd be between Vandy and Oklahoma to replace Texas Tech. Not have to leave Virginia in there because they're the highest ranked ACC team. Besides that, I drop Texas Tech out, even though they're ranked ahead of BYU. BYU's undefeated. Texas Tech has lost. Texas Tech's the best team in that conference. I'm projecting that they win the conference. So really, in reality, BYU would be out, and either Vandy or Oklahoma would get put in there. Probably Oklahoma, because Vandy took a worse ass whooping to Texas than Oklahoma did. Yes, the score looked closer at the end, but all in all, Texas handled Vandy way better than Texas handled Oklahoma. So, which rankings do y'all think looks better? Theirs or mine? Like I said, I got Texas Tech and BYU up there too, but there's no way they should be above Oregon. There's no way they should be above Texas. There's just no way. At a certain point, Strength of schedule has to matter. The SEC's just stupid for playing 9 games. They're stupid for having to play another Power 4 game. Something's got to give. And I know they're trying to go to 16 teams. We'll probably have 4 automatic qualifiers from the SEC and the ACC. That's great. But what about those 3 open spots? They'll go to Big 10 or ACC or Big 12 teams. Its strength of schedule don't matter. Because we play non-conference games, there's not going to be anybody go undefeated in a conference. There'll be a bunch of 2 or 3 lost teams, and somebody's going to get left out. All because Sankey wants to tower down and do whatever Petiti tells him. It is what it is. Let's go to our SEC team rankings, y'all. I got Arkansas at 16. They just lost to Mississippi State at home. I think they're what now? 2-7? It's a bad year in Arkansas. Started out with some promise, couple of heartbreaking losses. It just kept going that way. Auburn 15. Hugh Freeze fired. What's crazy about Hugh Freeze being fired, Joe, is some fan broke the news because he missed his tee time. That's how much he cared. He was more worried about playing golf than he was coaching football and recruiting. 14, you got Kentucky. Coming off of a win against Auburn. Getting Hugh Freeze fired. 13, South Carolina. 12, Florida. 11, Mississippi State. 10, LSU. 9, my Tennessee Vols. I had to drop them, y'all. I think I had them either 4 or 5 last week. They're down to 9. Missouri at 8. Vandy at 7. Oklahoma 6. Texas 5. Ole Miss 4. Georgia 3. Bama 2. Texas A&M 1. Till Texas A&M loses, I got to have them first, even though I don't think they're better than Bama. Might be better than Georgia. I'm not sure about that. But that's an SEC power rankings, y'all. It killed me to drop my Vols. But to have credibility, I got to keep it real with y'all. I can't play favorites. I can't see life through my orange tinted glasses. I got to call it how it is. Let's go to our SEC quarterback rankings, y'all. Y'all give me y'all's rankings in the comments. Or tell me where you think I was completely screwed up on my rankings. On the playoff rankings, team rankings, quarterback rankings. Y'all give me y'all's. Tell me why you think mine are wrong. Whatever. I like interacting with y'all. On this one, we got 16, Jackson Arnold. He's garbage. Got his coach fired. About got Venables fired last year. He got his offensive coordinator fired last year. Got his head coach fired this year. Him, Nico, Arch Manning starting to look a little better. We'll see. Looking like 3 of the biggest busts. There's all top 5 players. 15, we got Cutter Boley. He's up and down, which is normal for a freshman, especially with the talent he has around him. But he's definitely got potential. 14, you got DJ Lagway, Florida. 13, Garrett Nussmeier. 12, Lenore Sellers. Just that list right there. DJ Lagway, Garrett Nussmeier, Lenore Sellers. Coming into this year, they's all in the top 4 or 5 of the country. Not just the conference, of the country. They's all going to be first-round picks. They's all going to be Heisman contenders. They've all had bad years. Number 11, I got Taylor Green. 10, Blake Shapen. 9, Bo Pabula. 8, John Mateer. Despite Oklahoma beating Tennessee, Mateer did not have a good game. He ran the ball decently. Didn't have a great game throwing the ball. If you can't throw the ball on Tennessee's defense, you're struggling. 7, Arch Manning. He's made a big jump. I think I had him at like 13 or 12 last week. He's starting to play a little better ball, so I'm putting some respect on his name. 6, we got Diego Pavia. He had a bad game against Texas. Yeah, he put together some drives at the end. After Texas laid back when they had their 24-point lead. They about laid back too quick. That's the size of point. They was getting their ass up. Pogger had a terrible game. And mop-up duty time, Texas is laying back playing prevent. He got some numbers. 5, I got Joey Dimes. I had to drop him from 2. Them 3 turnovers, especially the picks. The fumble, I didn't mind that bad. He basically got the ball, got hit as soon as he got the damn ball. So I didn't mind it that bad. But the 2 picks were absolutely egregious. They were terrible, asinine, blasphemous, whatever you want to call it. Cost us the game. Probably cost us our playoff hopes. Joey Dimes drops down the list after having his first real bad game of the year. Number 4, I got Trinidad Shambles. Division 2, Ferris State. Goes to Ole Miss to be the backup. Now he's the starter on a team that's probably going to make the playoffs. So I clap it up for him. That's a damn good story. 3, Gunner Stockton. As the season goes on, Gunner just keeps playing better ball, yo. 2, I got Marcel Reed. 1, I got Ty Simpson. Over the whole overall season, Ty Simpson's been the best quarterback in the conference. He didn't have a great first game. Since then, the kid's been balling out. Screw Alabama. But I got to give Ty Simpson number 1 in the conference. Like I said, he's played ball. He's been a damn good player this year. Let's see what Heupel said about McCoy, y'all. It's typical Heupel stuff. Josh Heupel non-committal on him. Star quarterback Jerome McCoy playing Tennessee's final 3 games. That's Heupel's nice way of saying no, he's not going to. The kid, he should be able to play now. He got injured in January. We're in November, y'all. Most of these players come back in 9 months. So at worst, he should have come back beginning of October. Give or take, give him a little while, maybe 10 months. I think he just decided he's going to the draft. He don't want to take a chance on getting hurt again. I can't say I blame the kid. But as far as being a competitor, I hate it. So if you're a competitor and you're healthy, how can you sit on the sideline and watch your team struggle to defend the pass when you're supposed to be the best cornerback in the country and you can help your team out a lot, and just sit on the sideline and watch your team struggle? That's the competitor in me. I know he's looking out for himself, looking out for his money, but if he had to stay in Tennessee another year, Tennessee would pay him handsomely. He'd have another chance to get himself drafted. And honestly, he's a first-round pick on all these boards, y'all, but the way the NFL works, if you keep up with it, the way the NFL works, he probably is not going to be a first-round pick with no tape this year, y'all. They won't know if he's recovered or not. You got to get some tape out there. That's why I think he should play the last 3 games. Because you got to get some tape out there for them to see that you're still that guy you was last year. Because if you don't, they're going to say, oh, he come off an injury. We ain't seen him. You're probably going to fall to like the 3rd round. And the difference in money in the 1st round and 3rd round is huge. You probably get more to stay at Tennessee. So I'd love to see him come out, play these last 3 games, get some film out there, solidify himself as a 1st-round pick. If he's truly not healthy, don't risk it. But it's just hard to believe that he's not healthy at this point. It's literally been like 11 months, y'all. These people come back from these injuries. These athletes, with them doctors and the training and the physical therapy they get, they're usually back within 9-10 months at the most. But I don't know the situation. I'm just telling you from my perspective, if he's healthy, I think he should play. If he's not healthy, of course, don't play. Don't risk getting hurt again. But if you're doing it for the draft, you're really probably hurting yourself. Because the NFL don't like to draft people they ain't got film on, especially after a knee injury. How do they know you're going to be that same guy? We'll just have to see how it goes, y'all. If I had money to bet on it, I'd say he don't play the rest of the year. He goes to the draft. Hopefully he still gets drafted high. Last thing I want to talk about, y'all, I've got it pulled up on my phone. I didn't. Lady Vols yesterday, 77, North Carolina State 80. They played a hell of a game, y'all. We got a good mix of freshmen and experience. We literally had to kick Ruby Whitehorn, one of our best players, off the team, like the day before the game. That makes a difference. But for this team to have as many freshmen as it does playing, and they made contributions yesterday too. Proud, Napaldos. Who was the other freshman? Their name's slipping my mind right now. Janai Barker played really good. Z Spearman, all those girls. I think we got a really good team this year. Yes, we come up short yesterday. But it's going to take us a second to get these freshmen along, get accustomed to playing without Whitehorn, because all offseason we practiced with Whitehorn in the lineup. So now we got to make an adjustment down the stretch. But for them to play NC State and really outplay them a lot of times during that game, they also outplayed us a lot of times in that game. I think we're in for a good season, y'all. If y'all enjoy men's basketball, women's basketball, we'll be covering that stuff on the channel. So if you're a basketball fan, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep covering football all year, too. We got recruiting. We got transfer portal. We got all that good stuff, y'all. So if you want to stay locked in, be the knowledgeable one of your buddies, hit that bell, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Do that YouTube stuff on the way out the door. God bless y'all. And go Vols.